Hey, so welcome back to my channel. Today is seriously a fun tutorial. Look at all these colors. I was feeling duochrome. I was like, today all I know is that I want to put duochrome all over my face. So that is what we did. I did pull out quite a few different products. I was just like, what's duochrome in my collection? Pulled it all out and put them in front of me. There is a lot, but it's all about using what you've got. Today was a total shop my stash and enjoying my beautiful collection. So at home, if you don't have all of these products, that's okay. Just use what you have. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get this tutorial started. I have a little bit left of my NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. I've been going through my collection and finding things that I think are kind of old and checking if they're still good and trying to finish them. It's been neglected for too long. You know how it goes. I'm going to use the T38 to just, you know, spread this primer all around. Actually, I think I'm going to want some underneath the eyes as well. I want to kind of douse myself in duochrome goodness. I just feel like it's been too long since I did just like duochrome. We are going to do some cream bases and then cover with magical stuff. So the first thing I want to do though is get a little something in the crease. I don't want to touch that so much after we lay down the wing cream base. The W35. I'm going to go into my Pat McGrath number 5 palette. And I've been really liking this guy. We're doing a lot of cool tones, so I want to incorporate some warm tones in the crease. Taking a dash of that. I'm going to pat, pat, pat right into the crease. I want a sheer wash of color, so I just dip my brush in once. With this Smith 103 brush, I'm going to go into a face powder, one that's lighter. I'm going to grab this one from the Becca face palette and use this underneath the brow. I'm going to grab the blur shade over here and just continue to blend until I'm satisfied with the softness of the overall look. So my plan is to take these two crayons, create a really nice sculpted thick winged shape with a little bit of flick. We're going to make a gradient base and then we're going to cover it with duochrome. So the first cream base pencil is the MAC Technical Liner in Sourpuss. So I'm going to color in the inner half of the lid all the way from the lash line to the crease. And I'm really going to use Feel as a guide. I'm letting the pencil sink into its deepest area, the eye socket. That's going to be my guide. Okay, and then before we become too finicky, I am going to jump to the Marc Jacobs Out of the Blue. This is quite pigmented, so we're going to be careful. And it's not quite as precise a tip as the Sourpuss, but that's okay. And we are going to work that into the lash line on the outer third. Follow that eye socket feeling again, letting it sort of sink into the deepest part of your eye structure. Filling in between on the lid, not worrying too much about where the blue meets the green as of yet. I want to create a wing first of all, shaping the lower edge. I'm going to start with the bottom lash line and draw a line continuing that curve up to the point where I want the wing to stop. Just like that. and we are going to clean it up, so don't worry about it being crisp. If you're not too sure, draw a light line like I did. Look at your eyes from different angles. See if you're mapping it out in a way that you personally like the shape, where it's not too curved, not too pointy, not too straight across. Once you kind of have a visual map of what you're doing, you can go ahead and be a little bit more bold and just go ahead and color that in. Okay, and here's the actual rub. We're going to go back to the green and begin to feather that into the blue, allowing the tip of the pencil to get dirty with the blue. As the blue mixes into the green, you kind of get a feel for which way to drag the pencil. If you want there to be more blue over here, then you drag the pencil from here towards the center. If you want there to be more green in the blue, you start from the center and work outward. And then once most of the blue is gone from the tip of the pencil, you can work towards the center, because more and more green will be coming off and less blue. From there, I'm going to actually take my ASUM T38 and just drag, creating a nice soft gradient. Using the same technique towards the center if I want more blue towards the center, and away from the center if I want more green into the blue. Once it's pretty much where you want it to be, I'm going to take a fine line liner brush and go over the top edge just to make it a little bit more crisp, smoothing out any sort of wiggles and bumps. Okay, so for one of my favorite parts, I'm going to take this small e.l.f. angled brush and take a little bit of face toner, something that won't leave like a weird residue that sometimes when I use makeup remover, I don't know, I don't like the feel of wearing that all day. So I'm going to just douse this brush in that, in the toner, and clean up the lower edge. And this is just going to make it look so nice and professional, clean and crisp. Okay, so now for the fun stuff. I'm going to take that e.l.f. small angled brush again and go into my Viseart Grand Pro number 2. I'm going to go into the chartreuse, because how could I not? And just intensify the chartreuse in the inner half before I go in with a duochrome. So I'm going to take quite a bit of that and just pat that right into the inner corner and reshape the lid area again, just to make sure the shape is nice and precise as well as vibrant. Once again, I am focusing quite a bit of energy into trying to get the eyes symmetrical. It's never going to be quite perfect, but I personally am working on that. Same deal, I'm going to take my brush and go into the cobalt. Starting off at the point where the green meets the blue, because if there's any residual green on my brush, this is the place to have the shades mix. We are making some serious progress. So I am pulling out my entrancing Dawn Eyes Cosmetics pigment. This is a gorgeous duochrome, and it's a loose pigment, so I'm going to actually put a dash of my ASUM mixing medium onto the back of my hand. One teeny tiny dot of this mixing medium. This shade is going to go over the outer half. So I'm just carefully laying this down, starting on the top edge, working my way down to the lower edge. Okay, and then for my favorite part, the duochrome from the Pat McGrath Labs number 5. This guy right here, isn't that so cool? So I'm gonna again use my e.l.f. small angled brush and just, without the mixing medium, I don't think it needs it. If I'm wrong, we can always take some of that. But I'm just gonna dab that over the inner this. Look at how pretty. I've been going through a serious green phase lately. Don't be afraid to go in there and overlap a good ½ inch. This makeup is like seriously making me happy right now. Like seriously happy. Okay, so there isn't as much fallout as I was kind of expecting, which is good. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm thinking I'm gonna put a nice strong base of the Marc Jacobs pencil all the way across. And I'm putting it in the waterline, but letting it overflow onto the lower lash line. Right, tight line on the upper lash line without putting it on the lash line from above, just from under. I don't really want anything covering the fantastic lid shades we've got on. I'm gonna take my Wayne Goss Push Liner Brush, this is the number 8, and I'm going to go into this duochrome right here. And I'm going to push that right into the inner third of the lower lash line and the inner corner. I'm going to take this duochrome, my favorite shade in this palette, and push that into the outer half of the lower lash line. I'm going to take this dark turquoise peacocky type of shade and bring a little bit of depth into this outer corner, overlapping both the lower lash line and the upper lash line. And this is the ASOM W36. I'm gonna throw some mascara on. I want something nice and wispy, nothing too thick and intense. So I'm going to take the Legendary Lash by Charlotte Tilbury and coat my lashes with this. I just don't want the shadows to be covered, you know. I'm taking my Too Faced Born This Way foundation and my ASOM sponge. And I'm going to lightly cancel out some of this redness that's going on my face. I'm taking a little bit of my Benefit color corrector. I'm putting that underneath my eyes just to brighten a bit. Cover FX Halo drops. I'm going to put this on the cheeks with the butt of my sponge. A little bit down the center of my face as well. Ket Cream blushes. I'm going to take a little bit of Bermuda first and use this on the backs of my cheeks as a blushy bronzer. And then a little bit of daiquiri for the apples of my cheeks. Now for the Becca Be a Light. I'm going to take a little bit of the brightening shade and I'm going to sweep this kind of all over down the center of my face. It's such a lightweight powder that I'm not too worried about it like making me look too powdery. And then some of the blurring action where I have some large pore issues and textural issues. The Z bronzer. I'm going to switch brushes. This is the Chikuhodo GSN 4 for the bronzer. Just gonna lightly contour. And I'm going to take the tiniest amount of this blush because it's actually pretty strong and put that right on the apples kind of setting that cream blush we put. For the lips, I'm gonna line my lips with the Pat McGrath Permagel Lip Pencil in Deep Void. And then I'm going to fill it in with Nancy, the NARS Audacious Holiday Lipstick. I'm so excited to be using this on camera. I did wear it the other day, but I love it. This one is so smooth. I was a little disappointed by Susie, the red holiday lipstick, because it just wasn't as smooth as their normal formula. And then finally, I'm gonna pull out another Duochrome shade. This is from the Linda Hallberg Duochrome palette. I'm going to put this one over here over the lips. I'm going to take a dash of that same shade and just apply right over the highlighter. Fix Plus and Scandinavia. I have officially made a mess on my vanity. There's a lot out here. That's okay, this was fun. So this is the final look. I hope that you enjoyed. I really love how it turned out. I think that it's fun and bold, really great for a party, like a rave or something, or you know, if you just want to have fun with makeup. These are really cool products. I know I pulled out a ton of different things, but today was just a play day. You know, it's all about using what you have. So going through your own collection and pulling out some of your favorite products, and you know, I don't believe in saving any of your makeup for special occasions. I believe in using it and enjoying it and make every day beautiful. So I hope that you enjoyed. If you are new, definitely subscribe, join my Cake Face family, turn on the notifications, and if you have any special requests, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I love you lots, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.